Alright, hello and welcome everyone to some more action in the NADotA2 Elite League. We find ourselves in a game here with some great players. However, still not going to be a ticketed game for some reason. I'm not really sure why not, but we'll see what happens here as we've got Warden, Cardinal, Heisenberg, Trigex, Dota, and Ja here. They're going to be on the Dire squad. Over on the Radiant, we've got Peter Pan Dan, called Just Enjoyed the Show right now. We've got Gom Dopey here, Pandago, Yugi, as well as Exiled will round up the Radiant for the bans right now. They're taking out Bane first, interestingly enough. Their last game went pretty late, so maybe Bane had an impact in that. So ban him out first. A little interesting. And of course the Darkseer, so very strong pick, very good in the offlane. They're going to go ahead and take him out. While Peter going to target the mid lane dominator there, the OD.
Reserve time.
We're now waiting on a second band, of course.
Dire team pick.
Alright, sorry. I'm sure you guys can hear me typing, and it's probably not amazing to hear, but we've got Peter going to be taking out the Batrider, of course, not going to let it through. That leaves in the Wisp, as well as the Abaddon. So Abaddon going to be scooped up there by Warden, but he won't find his best friend Weaver. So no Weaver with Aphotic Shields, but Weaver Visage. So looking to start off an aggressive trialing with those two heroes, perhaps. Naga still left in the pool, expected to be banned out. Either probably by Warden. I doubt Peter would want to do it because Naga Visage, of course, very powerful supports in the early game. And even later, really. The Sleep is going to be great throughout the entire game, as well as the Familiars. Visage with an Ags does a lot of damage. Had some people pretty upset last night in NEL, calling it OP. It may or may not be, as Warden picks up that Razor as the second pick. So looking to keep the static links. May be hard to keep it on Weaver, of course, with Saguchi. Weaver, very mobile, can drop the static link fairly easy. But Razor, still a quality pick. Great in an aggro tri-lane, or even defensive. OD's out, so I doubt we see Razor mid, but mid's not revealed yet, so a little too early to tell. Jakiro taking the ban out by Warden, and Viper will fall here. He gets picked up occasionally here in NEL. I've been seeing Fear as well as Universe taking a mid and safe lane carry. Pretty good versus Nakes, as Nakes actually gets banned out as well by Warden. Follow that up with the Bounty Hunter and a very fast Clockwork pick, so it looks like Peter knows what he wants to do. As for how many games are going on today, basically NEL is run in the IXDL client, so there's literally games all day, all the time. I usually just like to start casting around 10 p.m. Usually ticketed games are going on. I'll try to get the next one ticketed for you guys. I know item drops are amazing. I want some more too. But as far as how many games are going on, they never really stop, but I'll probably be casting until like 2 in the morning. 2 or 3 is usually when I try to quit. Or if more games, sometimes games don't go as late. Some of the pro players will just quit playing by 1 and then the league kind of slows down. But we got a quick Nyx pick up by Warden. That's going to be the third pick. Of course, the Impale will be great. The Mana Burn, it's a pretty annoying spell. No one really going to have that much intelligence. Will be pretty good against Visage as he's an int hero, but that Mana Burn obviously very good against heroes like OD or Silencer, who are going to get a lot of intelligence throughout the game. Turns into about a 500-600 damage nuke as, wow, trying to protect that Weaver, bringing it back a couple months. Peter picks up the Treant Protector, so look for the Living Armor Weaver.
New game hosted.
To do a little bit of work right now, and sorry I will mute the IXDL client. Sometimes I forget. I've got a lot of things to manage when I go live. As Elder Titan going to be the fourth pick up by Warden, so look for that to potentially be in the mid lane. If it's not there, most likely going to be in the off lane, as he's very good at both of those roles. You can build him some damage items even out of the mid lane. With that Astral, landed on some heroes running through the creep, you can become quite a right clicker even in the early stages of the game, as Peter will be banning out the Rubik. You don't want that Living Armor to be stolen, and then the other team basically has a tree, as well as an Abaddon, so that would be pretty brutal, as Shadow Fiend taken out by Warden. Very popular here in these leagues. Oh, you got your computer back? That's pretty sick. Unfortunately, there haven't been ticketed games yesterday or today, really. because the ESL, the EMS1 qualifiers or tournament has been running concurrently with this, and that's a lot of the player base for NEL. So they're a little burned out maybe from that. But either way, like I said, I'll hopefully try to get the next game ticketed up here. Since I'm around casting it, they'll probably want to throw the ticket on, as someone is here to do the casting. I was now waiting for that 5th pickup by Peter. It looks like they need a middle. Yeah, Clockwork could go there. Weaver could go off, so probably a middle or another core hero. Because as of right now, they're going to have to get the game rolling pretty early for them, as Weaver not necessarily the best late game carry. So they pick up the bottom. That could be mid, maybe just roaming a little early on. We'll see. Nothing to really set up the arrows. Maybe the cogs by Clockwork, but we'll see how they run that. As they have a bit of an interesting lineup, could do quite a few things with it. Or maybe a little ambiguous. I'd rather see Weaver as a core than Potom farming, so maybe Potom goes offlane and just roams. Visage and Treant back up the Weaver, and then Clockwork heads into the mid lane. So I'd put my rares on that, but who really knows here?
10 seconds remaining.
And of course Warden now going for his last pickup. So I'm saying Elder Titan mid. They've got 2 supports. I think they need an offlaner here, as what I would say Warden is going to do for this last pickup. Windrunner still left in the pool. Lone Druid, Nature's Prophet still left in the pool. Speaking to their team fight, they've got AoE damage with the Plasma Field, the Earth Splitter, Echo Stomp, of course. Interestingly enough, Naga didn't get picked or banned. So mixing it up a little here in these drafts, which is nice to see. I mean, Naga's a great hero. She gets picked up a lot, but sometimes maybe it gets a little stale because we see her every game. Let's see, Darkseer got banned out. Okay, it is the Naga, so it looks like I eat my words. Naga picked up. We will see her in every game. Likely, gonna be a support probably. People have pretty much fallen away from the carry. Her last hit damage off the start is just a little too low. But very good, of course, with the net. And I haven't seen Trigex play before, so I'm not sure what role he's going to take up. But Warden, I think, is a carry, Jaws a support, so they won't be trying to farm this Abaddon up or anything like that.
You really
camera. Alright, so here we are into the game. Over on the Dire side, we've got Warden going to be taking that Razor. Looks like into an aggressive tri-lane there, assuming he's going there with that build. Cardinal going to back him up here on the Nyx Assassin. No, Cardinal actually going to go mid. We've got Jaw, the Abaddon, as well as Trigex Dota supporting on the Naga here in an aggressive tri-lane. So this could be very interesting, as Heisenberg maybe has some doubts right now. Elder Titan going solo safe lane, so they're going to farm him up a little bit. He's a very strong 1v1 laner. Should do well against the Clockwork. That's who he's going to run into. So Heisenberg on the Elder Titan, mid lane, Cardinal on the Nyx. Over to the Radiant, we've got Peter on the Treant Protector. Normally changes his name to Go Black when he plays this hero, but not doing it here tonight. Supporting on the Tree and the defensive tri-lane, as Dopey is down here on the Weaver, ready to farm up. Meanwhile, Visage, that's Pandego, putting out some wards for his team. He'll be running down to that lane pretty soon. Yugi actually will be taking the Potom into the mid lane, so that'll be exciting to see. Pulled up a lot of regen there by Peter, and he's going with the Wraith Band and 2 branches there. Pretty much what you might do on Shadow Fiend these days, I guess. Pulling regen pretty popular, and those heroes definitely need their base damage increased at the start, as Potom's base damage is pretty minimal. He gets a nice block off as well, and we'll see Exiled on the Clockwork Goblin here in the top lane. The off lane, but it will be 1v1 as, well, maybe, as Pandego is looking to block this camp here. Actually, we'll just body block it. Maybe going to try to save, hold on to that ward, as Jaw did pick up the Invis Room bot. Tries to body block, doesn't get there in time, but going to make sure no pulling happens, or stacking, that is. As, yeah, Pandego looks to be staying top here on the Weaver, so running a 2-1-2 here tonight. Is the Radiant. A little interesting. But of course, Tree Weaver, very defensive lane. They don't have a whole lot to burst through. the living armor early on, so Weaver should be okay. Won't get as much farm, of course, as normal, but with the mid lane, Yugi should do really well against this Nyx Assassin. He's already 4-0 in the last hits, and with the living armor as well as Pandago backing up the Clockwork, they're going to do really well against Heisenberg. If not, first blood him right here. There's a lot of range creep out right now. There's no battery assault, but Heisenberg will go down. He salves up right now. He has Astral. He's trying to bite the trees down, but it's not going to work. I think Exiled. Uh-oh. Salve up the other way around. Now another shallow, or Grave Chill, excuse me, and Exiled draws up the first blood there with the rocket. So an interesting first blood for sure. Elder Titan pretty tanky, we can see. He is hard to bring down, as Exiled actually got most of that salve off, even went with 2 sets of tangos, so back to full health, sitting pretty in the lane. He actually did get the first blood on the Clockwork, so Weaver may not be doing amazing. Well, actually, 5-0, not too bad. That's even more than the Razor right now. Even with the damage zap, taking out 14, so going to be hard for him to farm, though. For sure, and we'll have to rely on maybe Yugi as well as Exiled here on the Clockwork to sort of pick up the slack and then pick up the slack and buy him some space. Yeah, and another kill as I was reading the chat, but at least we didn't miss it, so that's nice. Cardinal will pick up the Mirana, maybe a kill that definitely should not have happened there, as Peter runs over to the mid lane, happy to take the CS, and of course hit like a truck there. Doing a lot of damage to Cardinal, who has a bottle here on the Nyx. The arrow comes out. Will it land? No. Just misses, but pretty much doesn't cost any mana. You throw it. And of course, that fountain regen lingers for a little bit, as now Pandago looking to chase down Heisenberg in the jungle once again. Hot on his heels, as Clockwork is just free firing him up here. Almost has mana boots if he wants him at about 3 minutes. We'll see what he decides to go. If he's going to pick up a bottle, which it doesn't look like he has, normally you're not going to get mana boots. But this early on, and with the levels he's getting, he's going to be tanky in the early game. And of course the mana boots are great. Spam all your spells. Always have mana for that hook shot as well. We'll see what he can do. As Cardinal and Yugi get into it again, the Starfall, double Starfall actually hits Cardinal, which is pretty fortunate for Yugi. As Cardinal now going to back off. Will be forced to Bottle Crow potentially. The rune has been picked up already, as Heisenberg is getting into it here with this duo lane once again. Exiled chasing into the tower, has the battery assault running. Level 2 soul assumption to clean up. Coming in here is Jaw the Abaddon. Exiled throws the cogs, maybe was trying to bounce him, but it looks like he'll get out anyway, as there's no mana here on the Abaddon. Exiled trying to heal up in the trees. Will maybe get blocked. Here come the creep though, they're going on a job. Maybe will go down. There's a rocket. Visage dies to the Dire somewhere. Let's find that one. Down here. Not sure what got him. Looks like one creep took away from the pack, or maybe it was this whole wave chasing. Now it sends back. As into the bot lane. How's Weaver doing? 8-1, still holding up. A net goes out. The Ripped Tide. Of course, the other support's not here. Jaw on the Abaddon has rotated to the top lane now to help out Elder Titan. Who is he farming well? Let's see what he goes for. Maybe we'll go for a mech early on. Pretty common item on him as well. Although he does kind of have a small issue with mana problems, so we'll see what they try to do. Usually you can get a soul ring in the early games, but recently we've seen a mid, so he's picking up a bottle and then into phase drums, and then pretty much literally whatever item your team needs next can pretty much be picked up at that point. No, I didn't get booted from the lobby again. In the game, and I've got the in-game mic turned on because there's some notable names, so I feel it still may have a lot of viewers in the lobby. And of course, if you're in the lobby, make sure to check out the stream, twitch.tv/FMBPDota. As it's 2-2 right now, early into the game, approaching 5 minutes right now. As another net goes out. It's kind of annoying. It doesn't cost a lot of mana for the Naga either. Only, what is it? If I could click on her. Only 75, so it's not a lot. She's got a 300 mana pool there. Magic Wand on herself as well, as Nyx Assassin again taking out Yugi. Surprised he's dying here in this lane. He's only got 30 mana. The mana burn, does it do like 90, maybe 100 damage to him? As Clockwork. What level is Exiled? Is he 6 yet? Not quite. He's about 5.5. So we'll get to 6 pretty soon. Once again, going for the battery assault build, so looking to kill when you get too caught in those cogs, more so than maybe just farm in the off lane or keep the waves pushed with the battery assault or the rocket barrage. And from what I've noticed, the battery assault build seems to be the preferred one here in NEL, as the soul ring that I talked about gets picked up on Elder Titan. But it's really just so much better. It gets you more guaranteed damage earlier on, especially if you solo cog someone. You're pretty much going to kill him. You can hunt the supports early. And of course, even probably the Naga. Razor might be a different issue with the static link. He'll start doing a lot as you go one-on-one.
Dire's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress.
Yugi looks to get a rune here. He's going a lot of points here in the Starfall. So looking to definitely be able to push his wave. The arrow will not quite connect, just not quite far enough. Trijex had time to dodge it, even though he may not have seen it. It is nighttime, so Potom looking to take advantage of that. Pops that invis rune she got. Sentry goes down by the Naga. Oh, nice plays there. And wow, leaping right up to the high ground. Close. Cutting it close. But does make it there just in time. Arrow back off cooldown, so if they could land it. There's, what, 3 heroes down here? 3 on 2 at the moment. Cardinal, no TP on the mid lane. Jaw's got one on his self as he farms up, continues to stack. Once to level 6, of course, as Cardinal gets very low in the spot lane. The arrow to fly will miss. And let's see, that arrow, level 2, going to be doing 180 damage right now. Cardinal comes down here, finds the Yugi, but he knows with that leap, he'll be able to get away more than likely. And Cardinal now just going to camp the lane, maybe go on the Weaver if they can. Can they stun? The Impale will land. The Plasma Field's enough. Razor picks up the kill. Weaver on the ground. Make it 4-2 right now for the Dire. And they've also got the top farmer. 36, 38 last hits now. He gave it the first blood and he's died twice actually. But Heisenberg on the Elder Titan. 39 last hits, 4 denies. So doing very well. Picked up the Soul Ring. Maybe looking to go Tranquils here. But from what I've noticed, picking up the Phase. Of course the extra move speed you get here from the Astral is pretty nice. Up to 429 now. So very fast. Phase bodes well. And Exiled guesses wrong, throws the hook right, but not in time. Elder Titan gets out of there. Had about a 50% chance to live as the Plasma Field doesn't quite do enough there from Warden. Now Golem in a lot of trouble. But no, he's going to live. Warden's in trouble actually as the Soul Assumption will bring him down. Jaw was there even, came down with the TP as Marana picks off the Naga Siren in the mid lane. Right here on the high ground in the mid lane rather. The Dire Plateau. I feel like I need a better name for that. I think I'll call it that from now on.
Middle tower is under attack. I have no reason to lie about such things.
Cardinal gets the haste. They're aware of it though. The familiars see it. And if we find Pandago, what has he been up to? Well, he did just get a kill with the Soul Assumption, which we saw. Now he's got the Sentry Wards, looking to go D-Ward perhaps, or just holding on to them if they ever want to push. Got to keep them down on the ground. Make sure Cardinal there on the Nyx Assassin isn't going to backstab you and get kills that he really shouldn't if you're buying Sentry Wards. They know he's 6, he was middle, and he did well middle. He's actually 2-0-1, third in CS. As we check out the net worth, he's actually first, 3,300 now. Looking to go on Pandago here. Bajukin around in the trees. Decides to back out. As the tower was attacking, they're obviously aware he's there. And Vendetta not lasting too long there at level 1. Only 20 seconds. So you got to be pretty quick with it. You got to figure out where you want to go and find a target fast. Which can be difficult. Doesn't work out there. And it's suddenly 4-4 all evened up right now. As we check into the gold graphs. Very even. XP, dead even. So Radiant, very slight advantage. But of course, 500 gold at 9 minutes. Doesn't really matter at all. Let's find out what Warden looks to be going for. Phase boots as well as a Ring of Bass, so pretty standard. Get up to speed. His build standard as well, kind of maxing static link plasma field. Of course, 1 level and unstable current isn't bad either. Gives you some bonus move speed and of course returns the damage, slows the opponents when they attack you, so it's pretty nice. A lot of times we'll just see a 4-4-1 build coming out. Well, I guess you get the ult at 6, but then 4-4-1. Maxing plasma field as well as static link. Likely the points in static link so that it drains faster. As a Weaver, like we've mentioned, is quick. Can juke around, break the static link, but you still want to take the damage so he can't last it. And if we actually do check Weaver, he is pretty down there. 5th, 6th in net worth about. And his last hits, only 29. Compare that to Razor's 44. So the bot lane, being a duo lane, is definitely hurting him, but Tree, getting some levels 2, almost level 6 right now.
Top tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
And the other support, Pandago, roaming around a little bit more, involved in some kills. He is level 6. Familiars have been online for a while. We've seen them. Cardinal, though, will be coming down. I think a sentry was just dropped, so they are ready for it. They're going to see him right there. Familiars to unleash. The Grave Chill goes out. Bugs to latch. And the Spike Carapace is nice, but Weaver will clean it up. Cardinal goes down. Really nice awareness there to drop that. And top lane, Earth Splitter goes out onto Exile. Exile to fall. So Trijex and Heisenberg team up there to take out the Clockwork, who has yet to rotate or really do anything. He has of course, going one-on-one, one-on-two, trying to shut down a core farmer right now for the Dire, but he's also very great at rotating. Could buy some space, maybe get some kills early. As Yugi looking to push mid, getting the tower really good, low. This is Jaw on the Abaddon looking for the deny. Maybe the arrow comes out, it misses. It forces Jaw to dodge, and the tower's not denied. Yugi doesn't get the last hit, but he'll prefer that over the deny for sure as he runs back to maybe, well, 12-minute rune isn't going to be spawning for a while, but maybe back to base or just farm until 12 minutes. Maybe look to roam after that as Razor in the bot lane will take out the Weaver without even having the static link, I think. Looks like just the plasma field doing 220. Quite a bit of damage there. Soul Assumption to fly. Cardinal on the backside of this will stun up Pandago. And looks like he should be okay as well. Overgrowth here from Peter. Hidden like a truck. One more here, maybe two. He should be able to get it. No, actually, wow, dies. However, Visage, Pandago's there with the Familiars. Now may pay the price with his own life to Cardinal. Will drop. It's 8-6 now for the Dire. They lose 3 down there in the bot lane. They do at least kill the core hero, Warden, on the Razor, but is it worth it at the end of the day? I'd probably have to say no, it was not. Yeah, Nyx. Is he 11? Yeah, he is. He's actually almost 12. 3, 1, and 3 right now. So getting closer to that perma invis. Has the mana boots and another 2,000 gold. So we'll see. Judging by that amount of gold, probably just saving up for the Blink Dagger to get that initiation online. Make sure they can really jump on that Weaver quickly. Take him out. Or even, you know, escape the clockwork or something with the Blink Dagger. More so used for the initiation. We'll see if he decides to go Blink Force. Seems to be the common trend here in IXDL/NEL. Just be able to get away as well as initiate for your team. Or best case, initiate and then get away. And that's definitely going to be better than dying. As Naga here, level 6, has Song of the Siren available to her, so they can disengage. And there's the Blink Dagger on Cardinal, so pretty expected, especially when you see him saving up that much money. He's not going to be trying to be pretty crazy, I guess, and go for the Dagon. As Familiar stuns to miss, I heard a Potom leaping around, so Yugi out on the prowl, has drums, has Aquila, just to tank up with those 2 items, as well as the Bracer. We'll see if she goes for the drums.
Must I repeat myself?
Weaver, Aquila as well, so 2 Aquilas this game. It's kind of an interesting item. I guess they're just really, really wanting to tank up early. Push into the mid lane here by Heisenberg, who's just, you know, running into the jungle. He's been spotted, but he pretty much knows they can't do anything down here as fighting continues to happen in the bot lane. Weaver going to be forced out there by the plasma field as Peter just continues to farm up. Maybe Heisenberg going to give him some issue with that. He's actually stacking here. I think he just wants to farm up. It did work, just barely. Sentry down in the top. This is how scared they are of the Nyx Assassin. He's not even there. He's actually bottom right now. Maybe looking to get a kill. Still on cooldown is the Vendetta, but the sentries have been dropped in the top lane, so very worried about him getting them ganked up there. As it's still just Pandago as well as Exiled. He lands the hook here on to the Naga, and with that Battery Assault, not going to be able to pop the sleeve. Decides not even to waste it. Jaw now maybe could be in trouble. He is 6. Borrow time's online. It's going to be a hard kill. Or at least, oh, those stuns may have been perfect. Borrow time now runs out, so they continue to dive. Mana for the Soul Assumption. Battery Assault to cancel the TP immediately. So well done there. Jaw will drop. Clockwork picks up that one, but action in the bot lane. The Moonlight Shadow goes out. Heisenberg is stunned. That must mean Yugi on the backside leaps in after landing the arrow. Now going to town on Warden. Actually, Warden going to town on them. Eye of the Storm static link. He's still 112 damage. Looks to TP. Can he get out? No. Will go down. The creep pick it up, but a lot of burst damage there between the illusions, the creep, and of course Weaver. They take him down now 10-2. The Radiant on a 10-kill advantage, and we switch over to net worth as it's a little more important at 15 minutes. We've got Exiled actually at the top of the net worth now. 2-1-2, 72 CS, 5,700 net worth leading the charts. Yugi closely behind that on the bottom. We'll see what his next item is. Maybe drums. Maybe going to look towards an item to do some damage. Possibly a Desolator. Yeah, does finish the drums that come out to him now. But he's got, let's see, 83 CS, 4 denies. 5,800 net worth now in first. Could be in trouble though. Cardinal is here. Level 11. Going to do a lot of damage. They stun him up. I hear borrow time on the backside of this. That must mean the familiars are there or the illusions. And wow, he gets away pretty tanky, so you can see this tanky build really pays off on Potom. She is quite fragile. She's not going to attack for a lot, but she's very useful. Lots of burst with, especially one-on-one with the Starfall. And the Sacred Arrow does 360 damage, so don't underestimate that if she lands her spells. As Pandago continues to farm, so it seems like the Visage support definitely played as a 4 role, maybe even like 3.5. As Valiant pretty high to get that Ags. It's a lot of damage. Get 2 attacks off on the Familiars when you've got 3 of them. It's about 500 damage nukes, so it can be really strong. Even just focus out a support immediately, such as the Naga Siren, who's going to want to sleep, and of course Familiars, they don't get slept, so Naga Siren could be in a lot of trouble here as exiled, and I didn't even mean it in that sense. Oh, it doesn't hook the Naga, actually hooks Heisenberg. The arrow to come from Hugi, so trying to continue leading the charts in the net worth up to 6,300 now. Leading for the Dire, we just saw him die there, but it's Heisenberg on the Elder Titan at 6,000 net worth, Razor, Warden at 5,000, and then Weaver, who we'd expect to be having a hard time. They tri-laned against him, he was pretty much by himself. Tree was just pulling and passing up some living armors, but yeah, he's at 4,300. As well as having, let's check it out, 51 CS right now. Oh, did he really go Midas? This is why the stream chat is great. You guys go Midas in the bot lane, though. Peter in a lot of trouble, gets very low. Will actually live, perhaps. Earns up right now. No, the Riptide is enough. Here comes the Storm. The Battery Assault, though, doing a lot. Jaw quite low. No borrow time. He will fall. Is it worth it? They lose 3, and NEL Titan was dead at the time as well, so I guess losing 4 there in the last about 30-some seconds. As the Familiars mentioned earlier, not slept. The arrow, it's coming in, forces them to dodge back. Maybe the Familiars could have stunned there. It's up, but they're not even going to need it. They stun. They get it. Weaver cleans it up. Yugi was there if Weaver wasn't. And 15-9 now. The Radiant maybe looking to run away with this game here. If we check out the gold graph, starting to get a sizable lead going for themselves. 5,000 XP, 5,000 gold. And yeah, looking to get their 3rd tower, the 3rd tier 1 of the game. And the last tier 1 for the Dire, of course. Having lost none of their own, as you might expect. Peter on the tree. All up on those tower heals. Cardinal wants to get somebody maybe a little weary here of the living armor tankiness here. 7 charges, of course, is going to be a lot. May mitigate the Vendetta damage. He's going to follow until it runs out and actually find someone else. Gum's pretty squishy. And he's level 11 still, so he's been level 11 for the last couple minutes, actually. Continues to chase. Finds a courier. We'll settle for Gome. Can he get it, though? The mana burn, it does a bit. Gome getting pretty low, 80, 90. Here comes the heal. Here comes the time-lapse even. Cogsed in. Cardinal gonna pay for his life. Getting a little ambitious there. Does drop Clockwork once again with another kill. He's 3-1. Meanwhile, Yugi and Viz doing the same thing except for the other team. And in about the same situation, finds Razor, decides against it, finds Elder Titan, should probably decide against it. Let's see if Heisenberg actually realizes the bonus damage he gets back. Will realize he hits a hero. That would be pretty next level. The arrow comes out even after the Echo Stomp, but let's see, he hits for 200, doesn't matter. Stallfall hits twice, and of course that'll do 300, plus another 75% of 300. I don't want to do the math, but that's like a lot of damage. 450? 475? Maybe even more than that. Arrow comes in, gets that range creep, so getting the CS from a distance right now. Oh, Heisenberg is Arteezy. Good call. I saw that he joined the lobby, but I couldn't figure out who he was. Okay, so Arteezy, his time ban has run out. Thanks for that. We'll just call him Arteezy for now on. Yeah. Good to see him back in here. He also wasn't all chatting it up, so sometimes it's hard to tell. Also, the repeated dying while not contributing to his team. Yeah, classic Arteezy right there. As we approach 20 minutes, though, 17-9. The gold graph about what it was last time we checked. XP climbing up a little over 8k, maybe. So the Radiant feeling pretty nice. The arrow is online. They want to throw it. It will actually miss. Pops the Vendetta even, just in case it did hit. It was a close dodge. As let's check the Ag Scepter status on Pandago. He's about 1,300 away, so not really that far off. Should have it around the 25-minute mark if the game continues like it is. Maybe sooner. The Blink Dagger's up on Cardinal, but I don't think I've actually even seen it used. As Yugi's still hunting right now. His next item was actually a Maelstrom, so looking towards the Miono. The arrow goes out, will not land, as Heisenberg, Arteezy likely able to get away. Yeah, Arteezy died. I've got the VODs. He died, what was it, like maybe 12 times in a row or something without getting a kill between 2 games. Rage quit them both. I think he went like 0-6 and then 0-6. I don't know. They were like tri-laning mid. It was like tri-lane midnight to get the other opponent pretty flustered, as it happened every single game, even after Arteezy stopped playing, which was pretty funny. I want to say that was maybe like September 30th or the 29th. I can't really remember. But dude, so many NEL games. They're all sort of a blur now. Alright, so Soul Ring, he started with it. He has the Tranquils too. Hand of Midas, Drum. Going for Ashiva's Guard as his next item. As he was free farming, so the Midas sort of makes sense. Yugi can't seem to find an arrow, will find Cardinal, who could have blinked forward there to throw a stun out, but decides against it. Actually fresh out of mana, so that would explain it. As the net goes out, let's see, maybe force a pull on Naga Sleep here. They don't look to be doing too great in this fight. And I think the hook actually interacts with the Astral, which is probably not correct. Arrow will miss again. But mistake me if I'm wrong, I looked like he hooked in. Maybe to a creep or the Astral right there. Arteezy heads top. They continue to farm. Well, he bought the recipe, but does he actually have any of the other pieces? Of course, it's cheap at 600 gold, but I don't think he's got the other 2 expensive pieces, so he's definitely committing to that item pretty early with 600 gold and a recipe. They're farming up nicely. Here comes Warden on the backside to support Arteezy. Yugi could be in trouble. Has an Invis Rune, though, still holding on to the bottle from the early game. Exiled, meanwhile, it gets netted already, so he will just TP out the stun. Not quite in time there from the Nyx Assassin, although I think that was an attack. Again, he's still out of mana, just needs to go back, replenish that mana pool. As the Radiant continue to buy space for Treant, I guess. What has he got? An Urn, probably looking for a blink as well. Pandago, meanwhile, the Ags. Let's see where it's at. The Ogre Club is up. It looks like he did buy some more support items, so still about as far as he was. Here comes the arrow after the Overgrowth. Nicely done. The Starfall does a lot. Warden could be in trouble. Yugi, though, maybe needs to get out of there. Leapt in, I believe, will be cleaned up by Razor's Eye of the Storm. On the backside of that, we've got Arteezy continuing to I guess just run in once the Echo Slam the Exiled's Clockwork, but won't be able to as they retreat there as a team. Make it 23-20 at the moment. Wait, what am I saying? Oh, I was reading the time. 18-10. So still an 8-kill advantage here for the Radiants. The gold has leveled off here for the last, let's say, maybe 5 minutes, up to 7,500. XP right about the same, so kind of hitting a wall here, trying to push their lead, not finding the pickoffs they want, not really fighting all together. Pandago hasn't really been around. He's 5-2-6, but as when the teams have been grouping, not really there, which is fine because they're still winning and he's trying to get up in Ags. Of course, he was refreshing wards as well. Let's see what Exile is trying to build here. He actually already has a mech and a Force Staff with the Mana Boots, and with that Ogre Club could be going for the Ags. It is quite good in that hero. Maybe even a Heaven's Halberd, I guess, to deal with the Razor. Although a lot of his damage just comes from Eye of the Storm. As Weaver, sort of quiet this game. Every fight has sort of been 4v5 unless it's been in the bot lane. But Weaver's catching up in the CS now to 99 last hits in terms of net worth. Going to be up in 4th now. So 3 of the 5 farmers in net worth are on the Radiant side, which explains the graph, but let's see how close it is, which is why the graph is not too far ahead, and why it's kind of leveling off right now. As it looks like he's still going for the Lincolns here, just because of maybe the Nyx Assassin, even the Nats, of course. They all do quite a bit. And he's got it. He's got it at 25 minutes, so the Lincolns is operational. Look for him to possibly get some damage after that. 25 minutes isn't optimal, of course. Free farming, you want to have it around 17 minutes. Going to be pretty nice. Get your big damage item up by maybe 22, 25 minutes. And at 25, finishing the Lincolns, he's a little ways off. But of course, it wasn't just a rush. You got the Power Treads as well as a Ring of Aquila on top of that. As the Radiant, though, they are buying a lot of space for him. We see Exiled and Yugi doing work, even pushing down another tower here. The tier 2, Peter, wondering why they're winning. That arrow was close. They popped the Fortify for this, but Yugi, he's got the Leap as well as Moonlight Shadow. Let's see if they have any reveal right now. There's Dust up on Jaw. He is. That's probably because he has a Midas right now. And it's not even by much. He's just slightly ahead. Maybe like an 8th or 6th of a level ahead of Yugi here on the bottom. Another arrow to fly. Won't land. He's landed quite a few key arrows. Those ones sort of for vision or for just scouting. Maybe trying to land a blind arrows. Pandago just continuing the farm. He's not really needed either, getting up his levels. He's up to 13 now. And he is only 450 gold away from that Ag Scepter. So that's going to be huge. He even finished up a medallion in that meantime. So if we check out the courier, he does have the Ags, or excuse me, the Ogre Club on it for that Ags. So yeah, very close right now. Just finishing up these camps. And that's going to do work. As Clockwork did pick up the mech. Visage a good mech holder as well. Naturally tanky because of his Gravekeeper's Club. But Clockwork goes for it. The mech, the Force Staff, the Arcane Boots. He's the one getting involved in the team fights because he has it. As they're just trying to farm up that one big item here for the Visage that really makes him even scarier than Visage already is. But bot looks like an engagement goes out. Cardinal doesn't look to have initiated, more so initiated upon, as Yugi out of mana. Looks to have thrown the arrow. And yeah, has that Maelstrom still? Boots. Even goes a Perseverance after that, so maybe looking to build a Lincoln's of her own. They don't want to get picked off. They don't want to get caught in a big impale and maybe lose a fight or something like that. Hook in from Exiled right onto Arteezy. Gonna find him here. Earth Splitter will be dropped. Exiled pulled in, loses a bit of health, but he's gonna solo this up, no problem. Even Peter is there just in case. Gonna heal Exiled right back to full health with the Leech Seed, which got buffed in the last couple patches. Now it remains once the target dies, so it's really a great way to heal your team on a creep or a hero that dies while pushing. It's really nice. I think that was a needed change to Tree. Gets him as... He's still, I think, a very good hero right now. Of course, Living Armor got adjusted, but it's still great. I mean, look at it here. Yugi, he's taking no damage. Will get netted up. Has leap once again. Doesn't disjoint the net, but it does leap him. Of course, it is a, what is it, a 6-second stun. It's pretty long. 5. Close enough.
Like nobody's business.
As the top tower goes down. No, it's still standing, but not for long as Tree comes in to deal tons of damage to it with his ridiculous right click. No items. 126.
Has fallen. I could have predicted this.
He's got an Urn up as well. Now sitting on 27 as Pandago, the Visage, will go ahead and finish up the Ag Scepter. So looking to put 3 familiars to work. 3 level 2 familiars to work. Maybe you're going to wait on the resummon before he stuns these, then get up to 3. Probably the most efficient way to do it. But it doesn't look like they get the damage buff until they're resummoned, which is maybe a reason to just summon right away. But we'll see. Yugi scouts out. Next gen will throw the arrow. Gonna pick him off. Easy. And that's why Invis runes are good. Holding on to that bottle still, as Peter will get picked off there by Cardinal. Let's see if he goes down here. Marana is around. Soul Assumption to go out. Here comes the Earth Splitter. Will it land on anyone? Doesn't look like it does. Hard spell to land without the setup. Naga, of course, already down. Linking forward again. So now we're seeing him put it to use. Pandago could be in trouble. Impaled to fly. That was all the mana he's got. Now the bird's going to drive him away. Jaw continues to chase. Does have a point in Curse of Avernus. Can they stun him? Yes! The stomp will get off just in time. He goes invis even because of the Potomalt, the Moonlight Shadow. And they take him down, so they clean up 28-12, so the Radiant's still holding on to their early 8-kill advantage. As now Clockwork will go for the Ags. He's got an Ags 4-staff mech, so he's a force to reckon with as well. Finally, that Shiva's comes online. Here at 30 minutes, even going to use it to farm. Now, it looks like Yugi, aware that it is up and running, will go ahead and leap over to the Rosh Pit. First hit bash, of course, but it'll be just fine. Does get out of there. So the Shiva's online, definitely going to help dealing with that Weaver and the Potom attacks. Clockwork looking to go in on this, but that's a little crazy. They're just about all there. Arrow. Uh-oh, he gets caught out for that. He throws the arrow. Will go down. Cut out of there by 4 of them right now. Pandago's calling the GG, but of course, we don't take those seriously here in NEL, as Peter even a bit in trouble. The Nats continue to fly by try. Exiled is in there doing a lot of damage. Here comes Gome though with a DD. The Echo Stomp to maybe potentially save all the lives of the Dire. They could have been in trouble. Gome still wants to chase. DD runs out now. Hook goes in. Wow, he actually gets him. Almost cancels the TP as well. Doesn't trap Nyx because he wanted to cancel it. But was going for the play there, of course. Phase boots up. The boots we normally see come a little later. He was keeping the Tranquils on for a while now with the phase. Yeah, I'd say phase drums Shivas has pretty much been the most popular item build on the Elder Titan. Not so much the Midas part, but yeah, phase drums into the Shivas. But if you can get a Midas early, it's probably worth it. Levels are very important on that hero, so being leveled up is going to be great. As blinking into Vendetta Strike will find Pandago, gonna get him, stuns him up as well after that. But here comes Peter, was invis by the trees. Warden gonna be focused down by these Ags. Familiars goes invis. It looked like maybe just juked quickly. Potom uses her ult now to buy some time. Exile looks to be going down. Maybe we'll get Cardinal first. Let's see. Spike Carapace goes out. Now the sleep. He does drop. Still goes down. The Familiars come in, not being bothered by the sleep, of course. And wow, Pandago picks up a double kill off of those Familiars, actually. And they don't lose anybody. It was kind of a sketchy fight. I wasn't even sure what was going on, but they pick up too. 23-13 right now for the Radiant. Let's see who got who. Actually, Visage, of course, gets them both. Picks up the Nyx as well as the Naga. So they get no cores. Wow, that misses. It look. They're going to throw the pause, as they normally do, to point out things like that. Clicks the hero, but I don't know. The interaction with the hook, it kind of makes it go like this, and then like this. So it's kind of weird. You think it would have latched. It looked like it hit as well. Game is broken. And will there be a ticketed game later? I really hope so. I'm playing Infinite Crisis. There's another game going right now with some other people in it. Let me check out who that is. Nope, no game. Listen, obey me. Another game just started with Dave, Guanzo, Sleazel, Salen, Benjaz, Slytherin, Singularity, and Viet. So that's probably not ticketed. I'll hopefully try to get the next game here ticketed. The bigger names seem to be on right now. I mean, Arteezy's in it. That's pretty much a reason to ticket right there, right? As we watch Yugi farm when I minimize. He's got the Maelstrom. Gonna keep it at that. It's great for lane pushing, and of course, Cardinal going at it here in the bot lane. It's good for lane pushing, and the chain damage goes from 120 to 160, so it's still pretty nice. Arrow will actually land, hits Warden. That's gonna be a long stun. Do they try to initiate? Here comes Gome. Cardinal zoning. That zone defense coming out of Cardinal with the Spike Carapace. Here comes the Lincolns onto Gome. They pop it. The static link now goes off. He wants to chase this, but now he's got no damage. What's he gonna do? He's getting a little crazy. Does time lapse. That doesn't take off static link, however, so now in a bit of trouble as he tries to run away. Teal, no, says Peter, as the arrow, wow, just misses. Now he blinks over, wants to find Yugi, knows where the arrow came from, has Impale, but of course the range needs to get a little closer, won't be able to in the meantime, and they actually pop the ult, and that is actually for the other side of the map to save Exiled. He knows where he's going. I think you still see these puffs of smoke, but I'm not positive. We'll throw out the Astral to go scout, I guess, and just go ahead and TP out. So really putting that to use, trying to get, I guess, the intel, see where anyone is, but of course, they're actually all over where he was. Warden eats another arrow. Nyx needs to go on the zone defense, but no Jaws there, actually, with the Aphotic Shield. Gonna purge him off there, of course. As now the Familiars look to go to work. Exiled from behind, finds Arteezy once again, wants to get him this time, but the Shiva goes out. Plasma Field as well. The AoE damage is too much. Abaddon seems to get the kill with the Mistcoil. Yugi, though, able to take down Heisenberg. Arteezy drops. And now Warden with the BKB. Doesn't have static link. Looks like Gome's going to clean it up. Will clean it up. He's dominating now off of that as he picks up the Desolator and Lincolns here. Probably had it for a little while, but at least we see it at the 35-minute mark, so doing a lot of damage now. Desolator, of course, arguably the best damage output item for the Weaver. And it's really not even too expensive, which makes it really nice. Get it pretty quickly after you get the Lincolns and know you can farm with safety. Looks like he's done just that. Cardinal blinks into initiate. Lincoln's up on Yugi as well. Did get himself stuck in the trees, so they may not want to fight for another 10 seconds.
Radiant's
Wow, right onto Arteezy. He's going to land from the cover of the trees. But of course, it's still very tanky on that hero. Lots of armor now as well. As looks like Potom could blink out of here, leap out of here if he wants to. And will choose to do just that. As the Radiant maybe don't want to fight just yet. They probably out-carry, actually. Start getting some more items on Potom. Of course, the Familiar is always a threat. There's really only the Razor who, let's see if he's going for it. Yep, has the Ags. Looking for the Refresher next, of course, to take us all to a Disco Rave party. And, of course, give us headaches. And it's really actually annoying. They should kind of tone that down a little bit. I guess it's nice to know that he's got that if you're playing against him. As Exiled goes to town once more, it looks for Arteezy, but everything is here. Not this time, though, says Exiled, but maybe he's wrong. As this Echo Stomp goes out onto 3. Yugi's there, looks to be cleaning him up. The Linken's popped, so he's not netted. Static Link is broken. He loses only 28 damage, so not a lot. The Sleep to disengage by Trijex. And TP out by, looks like that must have been the Abaddon. Warden now will get hooked. The Ags, of course, on Exile doing work right now. Has the Force Staff if he needs it. BKB to go out. Wants the TP. Wishing they had the net, but of course they have the Overgrowth. And Peter in the right place at the right time. Pops it. They pick it up. Already off cooldown. Now goes in. Gets the Naga as well. So Sleep to disengage. And they still get 3. Peter as well as Exile definitely doing a lot there to ensure the kills. But Yugi, the one delivering the damage, as now they look to push Weaver here with the Desolator to hurt the tower. Of course, and wow, right onto Jaw again. He's borrow time actually off cooldown. Can they get him in 1 second? Yes, they do! Before the borrow time gets back on cooldown. They don't even know. That was kind of ridiculous. Jaw maybe feels a little duped. Yugi leaps forward. Cardinal sits in disbelief. Takes the arrow to the face. The racks go down. They may just call the GG here. As I'm just going to watch Yugi and maybe try to make sure the game is ticketed.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen, if that's the proper term for it. And Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
Let's see what he says. As we were watching Yugi, looks like we picked the wrong one. Probably should have went on the Gome as he picks up yet another kill on the Naga Siren. So taking out his support again, 30 to 14. Checking into the graphs, expect large advantages. Yeah, up to the 20k point already. XP, same story. As Warden even going to be taken down. Maybe the Familiar is doing a lot of work. Of course, let's see. The Eye of the Storm is a lot. It will hit Familiars as well as creep and buildings with that Ags. And it's, of course, physical damage. So looks to be cleaning them up. Will get 1 easy 100 gold. Way off the map though. In the I can draw there. Whoa. Oh, well, sorry about that. I got distracted. As how'd he get all the way over there already? Does go down. Weaver takes out the Elder Titan. Close to 5 in the morning where you're at. Where are you at? Europe? Like England? That's 5 hours, right? No, 7 hours ahead if it's 5 in the morning. So you're Eastern Europe? Germany, yeah! Wo wohnst du auf Deutschland?
Tower is under attack.
He's not going to respond to me in time.
Roshan is the latest victim of radiant hostility.
Of course, to anyone watching in game, we've just devolved to talking to the stream right now, or the stream chat, that is. So if there is anyone in game, make sure to check it out. Okay, so you're close to Köln. I just drove a train through there one time. Didn't really stop. But Heidelberg is pretty much amazing, as well as Munich. As the game is still going on, so I guess we'll get back to it. Nice cogs by Exile to escape. Warden even gets pushed, breaks the link. Only gets 28 damage, which is nothing at this point. Earth Splitter thrown out by Arteezy. Exiled. Will he pay the price here with his life? Does have the mech, decides to actually use the Ags to get out and then mech up his teammates. So wow, really being efficient there. Pandago, where are his familiars? I don't see them right now, but we've got the Ags, of course, going to town. Yugi to force out. I think that was Exiled helping him out. Peter gonna go ahead and throw down the Overgrowth. Warden gonna VKB out, continues to chase. Literally no one has died here except for the Naga. Pandago maybe looking to be the next. No, Cardinal first. Goem is gonna try to focus him down. Drops. Yugi picks up a double kill. Looks to be a team wipe. Jaw the only one here with the borrowed time. Gonna be canceled out. Can't CP. They call the GG right now. 36-16. Nice to see Elder Titan. He's actually in almost every NEL game. If not, he's banned. So they do like him here in NEL. Arteezy goes with the Midas. Little unorthodox. They don't quite have the team fight to take it. The ganks with the Clockwork as well as the Potom. And of course the familiars to help. We're just a little too much as we call the GG. 40 minutes, 55 seconds. I'm Helium from twitch.tv/FMBPDota. Make sure to check it out. And still really no guarantee if it's going to be ticketed. So I don't know. I'll keep casting, but ticketed games are definitely nice.